The second half of the Friday Night Blitz kicks off in the Low Country with Dutch Fork, the reigning three-time defending state champions in Class 5A Division I, taking on Oceanside Collegiate. Now, last week, Dutch Fork and Gray Collegiate, they were in a tough battle in the first half before Dutch Fork pulled away in the second half. Would they have another similar recipe for success tonight down at the Charleston Southern University Stadium? We shall see. There is the head coach, Tom Knotts, observing things from the sideline. And for Oceanside, Mike Jones is there for the sack. More from OCA. It's Hunter Alexander Colgrove getting the sack on the Oceanside quarterback. Now Dutch Fork on offense. Jackson Knotts to Braden Johnson for a first down. Johnson would score on the next play, so it was 14-3. Dutch Fork with the lead. But here comes Oceanside. Aiden Manavian to Terrence Johnson. That's going to make it 14-9 at the half, and Oceanside comes back to win it by a final of 24-20. So Dutch Fork's 24-game winning streak comes to an end. Their last loss on the road was to White Knoll a couple years ago. So Dutch Fork will try to start a new streak, but you got to figure Tom Knotts will be using this as a very teachable moment for his team going forward. Battle for the Axe. Blythewood and Westwood. Program's just off exit 24. And there is the coveted axe. Westwood has it. Blythewood wants it. Blythewood's James Vesey with the keeper. Oh, big gain for him. Leads to a touchdown. Or check that field goal, and it's the 3-0 Blythewood lead. Redhawks on offense is Carrington Carter. We've called his name out a lot. Finds Javon Howard for a first down. Later, Carter finds Angelo Rios. He gets outside, eludes all the tacklers, and he is in for the score. And Westwood keeps the axe as they defeat Blythewood by a final of 31-20. So a short drive for the Redhawks ends with a big win over the arch-rival Blythewood Bengals. Let's head to Sumter. Gorgeous night for some football. The Gamecocks hosting Spring Valley homecoming off Stadium Road. The Gamecocks are on the move. Frank Richardson pitches it to Kayon Gordon, and he picks up 20. And that would lead to a short Richardson touchdown, 7-0 Gamecocks. More from Sumter as they're in Viking territory, and same duo. Richardson pitches it to Gordon for good yardage. And that will lead to Richardson keeping it again. And he will walk in with a touchdown, 14-0 Sumter. More from the Gamecocks. Richardson will find Jamier Bay, and he does the rest. Nice stop move, and he takes it in for the score. 20-0 Sumter at that point. And a nice homecoming win for the Gamecocks as they defeat Spring Valley by a final of 54-0. Hey, another Low Country Midlands matchup. This one taking place at Chapin. The Eagles hosting Somerville. Jumping to the second quarter, about 3 minutes to go in the half. Green Wave up 15-0 when Chapin's Drew Greer gets hit but falls in the end zone to cut into Somerville's lead, 15-7. Ensuing drive. Quarterback Max Stafford for Somerville swings it out to the dangerous Jaden Kelly Murray. He's got 13 Power 4 offers, including Carolina, Clemson. 2 plays later, Stafford finds Jalen Pound streaking down the sideline. More from Somerville as Javen Williams takes the screen pass and gets down to the 5-yard line, but coughs up the ball. Chapin recovers. So the referees would call Williams down after a lengthy discussion, and Williams would score on the next play. And Somerville wins it by a final of 50-14 over Chapin. Heading back to Sumter County, Lakewood taking on the Wilson Tigers, who made the trip from Florence, and the Tigers getting the interception to thwart the Lakewood drive. 7-0 Wilson at the half. Second half, Gators have a nice drive going. Justin Wilder to Brian Brooks for the first down. More from that drive. Ziggy Offord picks up the first down. And the Gators continue to march down, eat up the clock. On fourth down, Lakewood has taken over half a quarter, but Wilder's pass is picked off by Tamori Eccles, thwarting the drive. And Wilson's defense pitches a shutout in a 26-0 victory over Lakewood. Skis action tonight. Cardinal Newman hosting Heathwood Hall, and at halftime of this contest, senior athletes honored on the field for Cardinal Newman. They're in the fourth quarter of their careers off Alpine Road and being honored. We'll pick up the action after halftime. It was 41-0 Heathwood Hall in command, running clock, and a chance for some reserves to get some action. Trey Small for Heathwood with a nice run, picks up a first down. Heathwood going up top, but Cardinal Newman's Braden Schlon gets the INT as he was patrolling center field. But Heathwood Hall had that close loss to Hammond last week. And the Highlanders looking very impressive, and they win it by a final of 41-0. Next week they will be back home against Porter Goud for homecoming. Skis action could be very interesting this year, as Hammond's not been quite as dominating as in years past. Dutch Fork again tonight, the lost Oceanside Collegiate, so it's been a very intriguing week 4 of the Friday Night Blitz. But stay with us, more sports coming up right after this.